Okay, last and final attempt at a video. I believe we're at attempt number 4. My last video was just rejected because it's too long, so let's make it short, sweet, and to the point. I'm making this video for my boyfriend Joshua, and I figured let's have some sort of point to the video, so if anyone stumbles across it, it won't just be some random me babbling on to him about nothing. And the only thing I really can give anyone advice or talk to about is kids. I have a 2-year-old, so I figure I'd talk about the age 2. Now, I made a little list so that I don't get sidetracked, which I'm obviously doing. Okay, so if you have a 2-year-old, if you have a kid, chill, breathe. You're not the only one with a kid. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't get embarrassed if your kid's like throwing a tantrum in the middle of the fucking grocery store. It's gonna happen. They're 2. They're gonna throw stuff at you. They're gonna yell. They're gonna say no. They're gonna, disobey. They're 2. That's what they do. They've only been alive for 2 years. Give them a break. Okay, there's no such thing as a perfect parent, and if you're that parent that thinks you're a perfect parent, you're full of shit. I'm sorry, but that's just unrealistic. We're not on a TV show, and you need to realize that are some times that you just want to strangle your kid, and that doesn't make you a bad parent. That makes you a real parent. you know and that's the one thing as a parent that you're not supposed to do, is just don't kill your kid and don't beat them. That's basically the main thing that you have to avoid. And if you're a good parent, you're going to avoid that situation. And if you're to that breaking point, which we get to sometimes, you're going to step outside and take a breather. Or if they're being that big of a shithead, you're going to put them in timeout, because you're the adult, you're the one raising them, you're the one that's supposed to give them the values, and if you're sitting on your high horse, acting like you're the perfect parent, how do you think you're raising your kid to be? Like a little snotty bitch. No offense, but that's what it comes down to. Um, so when you have a kid, basically just love them. That's basically the only qualifications that you need to be as a good parent. Just love them, because we're all gonna make mistakes. We're only humans, so if you make a mistake, that doesn't make you a bad parent. It just it means you need to learn from it and you need to grow and try and make the best of the situation. Okay. Okay. Another thing I wanted to touch on, keep something handy. We're gonna have our bad days. We're gonna have those days that we wanted to strangle our kid all day long. And you need to have that thing like to give you a compliment for making it through the day, or like a motivation to get to the end of the day without strangling your kid. Whether it be a glass of wine or a piece of cake or a bubble bath or sitting in a beanbag chair naked eating Cheetos. Like do what you gotta do. Give yourself some sort of compliment, because when your kid eats dinner and they eat all of their dinner, you're just like, oh, good for you, you ate all your dinner, here's a fucking cookie. You deserve a cookie every once in a while. If you make it through a really rough day. You can't be perfect right off the bat, and you've only been a parent for 2 years or however long you've been a parent. You're not going to know everything. Just talk to your peers, talk to your boyfriend, your husband, talk to your parents, and just let them know, hey, I'm just struggling, I just need, like, what's your advice on the situation? Doesn't mean you have to take it. I mean, how many times did your parents tell you some sort of wisdom or advice and you were just like, well, whatever, that's dumb. So asking for help isn't doing anything but helping you. What's the worst that's going to happen? Someone's going to tell you something and you don't think it's right and you don't do it. Like that's about it. Okay. So, yeah, just have those little treats for yourself, because you give your kids treats too. And we may be a lot older, but we like treats as well. Okay. Now, so going off the whole bad day thing, there shouldn't be that many bad days. Enjoy the good days and take your time, because they're going to be jerks, but they're still going to be cute when they're jerks. Like that's how it works. They're kids. They don't know what they're doing exactly. They can't completely verbally communicate what they want, and you can't understand what they're saying half the time. So, you know, enjoy it though, because when Madeline was a newborn, I wanted her to grow up and I wanted her to talk and I wanted her to move because she was boring, and now I just wish she would stay still and let me hold her all the time. So time flies way too quickly and you're gonna miss whatever age she's at now. um So, in that same sense, get off your ass and play with your kids. I know how fun Facebook can be, but play with your kids. They love you. They think that you're awesome. If you were sitting there and telling them how cool, broccoli was, they would think that's the coolest thing on the planet because you're their parent and they think that you are awesome and they love you. Take advantage of that while they still love you because they're going to get older and they're going to think that you're weird and old and dumb. So it too, just relish in it. Um, and honestly, just the main thing is that I've been trying to get across in this video is, you know, just be you and do the best that you can do. People are gonna hate on you no matter what. You're gonna make some sort of mistake, and your uncle or is gonna think you did something wrong, or your friend is gonna talk shit behind your back because you did this with your kid or whatever. People are gonna find something that they don't like because they're bored with their own lives. Just try and stay focused on you and your kids. That's all you really can do. Be yourself. I'm sure I get dirty looks. Oh, she has piercings and tattoos. She must be a shitty mom. No. I just like being who I am. And just because who I am doesn't mean I'm going to judge my daughter for who she wants to be. She could be, head cheerleader, or she could be math queen or whatever she wants to be. If she wants to be, Miss Washington or Miss California or Miss United States, do whatever you want to do. I highly doubt who I am is going to affect her. I have good morals. I take care of her and I try and raise her the best that I can to give her the knowledge to decide who she wants to be. That's all you can really do as a parent, is just give them all the knowledge that they need and not try to shove things down their throats. I'm going to try and get her into, things so that she can realize there's, fun sports to do, not just play video games, because I guess that's the new thing, is video games and dubstep or whatever. So, just trying to lead her down the healthy path to find awesome recreational sports and, all that stuff. So just try and think about where she's going to be in her future. Do you want to be that nagging parent at 2 years old that is like making them go to preschool? Like, come on. They're 2. Let them be 2. You know? That's all it really is. Do the best that you can and don't try to overdo it. Because the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to resent yourself or they're going to resent you. So, that was my whole spiel about kids, I guess, if it makes any sort of sense. If it doesn't, thanks for watching the video, Joshua. I love you, and thanks for anybody that actually watched the whole video. Bye-bye.